Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Okay, so it's been a week since I've been to New York, and I had 3 days of it was the most exciting, the most stressful time of my life. I'm gonna explain what happened in the 3 days that I was there. We're gonna put this up so you know what to expect. But the thing that I wanna explain to you guys most of all is the car. How I got the car, how we confirmed beyond a shadow of a doubt that that car is the car that I put in that river 50 years ago after it was given to me by DeMeo's and Joey Bikini. So now we're gonna go up a little bit. We're gonna go forward in time to 2003. On DeMeo's Wikipedia page, I picked this up. The underboss for the Banana crime family at that time was a guy by the name of Salvatore Vitelli. On DeMeo's Wikipedia, it reads as follows. In 2003, Salvatore became an FBI informant and told the FBI the following. Vitelli claimed to the FBI in 1974, and that's exactly the year that I put that car in there. He was ordered to deliver the corpse of a man who had just been murdered to a garage in Queens so that it could be disposed of by none other than DeMeo. In 1974, I worked for Joey Bikini in his garage / body shop in South Jamaica, Queens. Roy showed up with the 72 Lincoln Continental, black on black, with a rim-blown steering wheel, and we'll get back to what that means. And Joey, not Roy, paid me $500 to take that to my favorite spot on Vernon Boulevard in Long Island City, throw it in the water. And that's what I got paid for, thinking that that car was a give-up. Now, a give-up means somebody in our family, in our circle of friends, don't like that car. They want to give it up, report it stolen, and collect the insurance money. But that's a 30-day process, so the car can't surface for 30 days once they report it stolen. So that's exactly what I thought I was doing. And this is what happened. I go, wow, 500, that was twice as much as I usually got to throw a car into that river. So I take the 500, I get in the car, I get on the Van Wyck, I'm cruising, and then another thing. Joey was adamant, because he knows that I used to be a speed demon, not this kind, but this kind. And he said, hey, whatever you do, don't be speeding this car. Do what you gotta do. Come here, call me at the house when you get it done. So I get on the Van Wyck, it's a little chilly, I put the windows up. Next thing I know, what the hell? What the f is that smell? I turn around, nothing's in the back seat. Odor's coming from the trunk. And it's an unmistakable odor for anyone that has never smelled the decomposing flesh of a human being. It's indescribable, but it's unique. And I smelled that. Now I go, holy crap, there's a dead body in it, or there was a dead body in it. I look at the glove box. I see that the glove box door is broken, and the button to release the trunk was gone, ripped out. And now I'm starting to put all of this together. I get to my favorite spot on Vernon, 4200 block of Vernon Boulevard in Long Island City, south of the 59th Street Bridge, right over my head. I go into my spot. I was so nervous by that time, by the time I actually got there. I put the car in drive, pushed it, threw it in the river. As I did, the door closed as it went off the edge of the dock. Forgot to roll up the windows. And I forgot to turn the lights off. Meanwhile, a guy by the name of Minsky, who who also worked for Joey Bricchini, was on the north side of the 59th Street Bridge waiting for me. I told, because I didn't want them to know where my spot is. I said, wait here, I'll be right back. I pushed the car in. And this is the only time when I did this, I actually watched the car. All the other times I would throw insurance jobs in there, I would throw them in, and as soon as they went over, boom, I ran, got to the car that took me there, and I was gone. I was gone, but not this time. Once the car went off the dock, and I saw I left the lights on, didn't roll the window down, didn't crack the doors, oh my God, it went in. The nose went down, and the tide, which is 6 knots, took that car to the 59th Street Bridge, under the 59th Street Bridge, and 35 feet north of the 59th Street Bridge before it came to rest. Boom. So I go running back to the north side where the car is. I said, wait here. I went and I went through a park. There's a baseball park. It looks the same as it did 50 years ago. I go to the park, and I see the car. Car's 35 feet north of the 59th Street Bridge, 90 feet from the shore, okay? I saw the lights on. I know the car was facing north. The headlights were facing north. The taillights were facing south in 15 to 17 feet of water. I could see the whole ocean was lit up. Because I had the high beams on too. Fast forward to 2023. I got Exploring with Nug and Adam Brown's adventure. 2 wonderful guys that believed in my far-fetched story. It sounds far-fetched. Sounds far-fetched, but it was true. So the first day we get on the boat, I'm nervous. They got their equipment, and we're going back and forth. They see 2 anomalies, but they don't look quite right. They look right as far as looking down, but when they do the side thing, there's no depth to the, I'm guessing, I don't know if this is, I'm watching it, yeah. And it didn't have no height, and that's because, as we would later find out the next day, the car rusted away to nothing. Just a frame, the rear axle, and the wheels. So they managed to see the tires. So we're scanning. Nothing's really happening except one thing. When Exploring with Nug went live the day before that they were going to be there, guess who showed up? NYPD Harbor Patrol, and you're going to see the video. They kept their distance about maybe 10 blocks away, and they were just floating, watching. They were just waiting for us to go into the water. So I'm telling the 2 divers, as soon as you go into the water, these cops are going to come up with some law or something that you can't do that because because maybe they don't want to look bad. I don't know. I don't know. So we did not go in the water the first day. Second day we come back, bang. They get in the water, they go there, bang. And I'm talking to one of the other divers. There was 3 diving teams there. One from New Jersey, and of course, the 2 from Atlanta and South Carolina. And the guys, the one diver had radio communications with this diver from New Jersey, and I'm filming them, and you're gonna see all of this. And then all of a sudden they go, okay, we got a chassis. We got a rear end. We got 2 tires connected to it. Bunch of wires. We got a steering wheel. Got a steering wheel. We got a lower dash, the padded dash for the lower part of the dashboard for that car. And I'm freaking out. So now they come up. Jeremy has got the steering wheel. It was the rim blow horn. It was an option for those years, specific only to Lincoln Continental, specific only to Lincoln. So the idea of this horn was, if you're holding the horn, the steering wheel, and you need to blow the horn, you didn't have to take your hand off the steering wheel and hit the center of the wheel. Rim blown means that all you had to do is squeeze the rim and it would blow, hence rim blow. So he's over there he's got the steering wheel. He comes up. It wasn't really ringing with me. And then the dashboard didn't make any sense to me either, because I'm saying, how could you put a speedometer in there? But it turned out that's exactly what it was, from a 1972 Lincoln Continental. So Jeremy's looking at his phone. Jeremy has the steering wheel, and he goes to me, "You want your mind blown?" I go, "I don't know." He says, "Confirmed. They're the same steering wheel." He shows me the picture, and then I went off. So let's review. Salvatore Vitale told the FBI that Roy DeMeo had delivered a corpse to a garage in Queens, which is where it is, in 1974, which is what had happened. And now we got the car located 35 feet from the 59th Street Bridge and 90 feet from store. Exactly where I said it would be. Then Jeremy gets on his hands and he's digging around. So now, this is what they found. The chassis, and then little pieces of rust, about 1.5 inches by 1/4 inch, just flakes all around the car. It literally disintegrated from the way they explained it to me. I have not seen the underwater video yet. Jeremy is in the bottom of the river, and he's going like this, and he finds a bone. He didn't find the bone way over there. He found the bone right where the car was. Now, back then, this is before Roy DeMeo had a crew, unless you want to call Chris Rosenberg a crew. He was nobody. He was just coming up, killing people. All these years, I've always imagined that it was an intact body in the trunk. And why wouldn't I be? He didn't start the Gemini way of killing people, which is cutting them up and throwing them in Fountain Avenue dump. He didn't start that until years later. So everybody's got to understand. But who knew? The way that thing smelled. Did he have more than one body cut up? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And the other thing that was bothering me too is there is no statute of limitations on murder. What did I just do to myself? I never murdered anybody. I never knowingly transported a dead body. I never assisted him after a fact of a murder. I didn't know. I thought I was dumping a car in there because of they were claiming an insurance fraud. That's what I thought. So the bone comes up. Everybody's looking at the bone, and on both sides of the bone, it's sword. So everybody's going, "Hey, this guy used to chop people up." And then I'm going, "Oh my God. We got the bone, we got the steering wheel, and we got the lower dash of the car." That's it. And it's exactly where I put it 50 years ago. Now that car was what they call body on frame. It wasn't unibody. So they would actually take a frame with a front suspension, rear suspension. It's called a rolling frame. And in the plant, they would have the body set right on the frame, bolted to the frame. So the way it was described to me, the body just disintegrated. And you can imagine it being like sandblasted with salt water, for billions of gallons of water just going, beating it up, and it's gone. So I hope I explained to you guys why we know that that's the car. Now, we got the bone. I'm scheduled to fly back to California. And now we got the bone, we got the steering wheel. Everybody's excited on the boat. Holy crap, this is one of the biggest stories. This is going to be one of the biggest stories. This is going to be one of the biggest stories since Samuel Bull Gravano flipped on Gotti. I mean, to actually have a bone, to actually have the steering wheel confirmed that's the car, it's where I said it would be all these years. Everything. We got Salvatore Vitale talking to the FBI 20 years after Roy DeMeo was dead. What happened here? And put the pieces together, people. For all you cynical, there was a couple of cynical comments that I got. Put the pieces together. Put it together. When I had that steering wheel in my hands, I had an energy that I went, Jesus, this is the steering wheel that drove that car, that had that body in it 50 years ago. Oh my God. It doesn't get any mind-blowing than that. So, we got it. And don't forget, as all this is going on, in my mind, I'm worried about catching a case. But that's okay because, you know what? I worked with the New York City Police Department for 30 years. Some of my best friends were New York City police officers, detectives up to lieutenant. So I feel very comfortable, as you're going to see, as I confront the first two cops that show up at the park. One of them was just like an atypical, he didn't make eye contact. You're going to see how I make fun of him. The other one was a female officer in her late 20s maybe, just a beautiful girl. She was a real cop. Let me spoke. We made eye contact, and she was, you know, then I started telling things about the New York City Police Department that only a police officer should know, since I worked with them so long. So now I'm telling them, now the other guy's starting to get it, that, hey, I might be exactly who I claim to be. So then the lieutenant shows up. And for all you people that know me, you know that I fight at the drop of a hat. Especially if I got some of this in me. You know, I fight. This bald-headed, Kojak look, and all you needed to do was stick a lollipop into this bald lieutenant's mouth, and he must have thought he was Lieutenant Kojak from the TV series from the 70s. For all you young people, Google it. You'll see what I'm talking about. He pulls up. He comes in hot. He comes in hot. He opens the door. He takes one look at me, and he gives me this look that I just wanted to drive my fist right through his face. He disrespected me without so much as even saying a word to me. He comes around and he goes, he leans on the fence, I think. Meanwhile, 2 cameras are rolling on this guy. Probably going to be millions of people that are going to see this. And then this guy says to me, I said, hey, how you doing? He says, I'm busy or something like that. He really got me pissed off. And so I forgot. I said, listen, I forget what I said. He responded, make it fast. I said, you can't make this story. Make it fast. I got better things to do. Whoa. Then I went off. I'm not going to tell you no more, but boy, did I get off. And if I would have said that to a New York City lieutenant with 2 of his other, there was 3 other cops there, I would have been taken. There would have been a fight. I would have went straight to Rikers Island. That's where I thought I was going. I told him, get the fuck, and he took off. Why? Because now they got these cameras. They can't beat the crap out of you like they did in 1992. And by the way, my high-speed car chase happened in that very same precinct. That very same precinct paid me and my friend $290,000 for that car chase back in '92. So I know about the 114th, but now it's different. They got cameras. So I dismissed him. Jeremy went and spoke to him. I was fuming. I missed my flight over this guy. So that's where we are. We're going to put some clips at the end of me shooting the divers when they were in. So now don't forget, both divers went in. So there was nobody taking video except me on the boat under the bridge. So I want to share that. And the other thing, this guy Ed is a diver from New Jersey. He was gracious enough. I don't know his last name. And then there's some funny stuff here. The old man, jumping the fence and climbing down the rocks to get it onto the boat. That was hilarious in itself. Don't forget, hey, I might look pretty good. But I'm 69 years old. How many 69-year-old guys could do what I did 4 times? I don't know. I did it. Boy, did I ache the next day. In fact, my legs still ache. But that's another story. So this guy, Ed, I was videotaping him as he's communicating with the divers, and oh, they got a steering wheel, and that's wonderful. This guy Ed was great. He got his equipment. He monitored the divers when they were underwater. He was one of the heroes that took his boats plural, and shot to that lower Manhattan to pick up the people that were stranded there after 9/11. That's what kind of people these are, you know. Everybody was like high-fiving when we realized that the parts that we had recovered were in fact from a Lincoln Town Car. So let's look at some clips. There'll be a couple of clips. Now, I don't have the underwater video. Now, the divers went to, after they got done recovering the stuff that we got, they went to Pennsylvania and they shot another couple of videos. So the last I heard yesterday, they were in North Carolina and not home. So once they get their videos up, you're gonna see the underwater stuff. They gave me permission to take their video and upload it to my channel. And then once the video comes up, I'll be able to narrate it and show you guys hopefully in a couple of days. So check out some of the clips. Now, it's my understanding that that boat is an ex-Navy SEAL boat.
Roger that.
They found the vehicle?
They found a frame of the vehicle.
They found the frame? Okay, he found the steering wheel?
Yeah.
He found the steering wheel. I think I could bring up a picture of a Mercury Lincoln steering wheel. Oh, is he bringing the steering wheel up?